flag waving, and we have karts on circuit for the first time in the 2017 X30 Euro Series. Pole position, driver number 924 from Estonia, Ken Oscar Algre, alongside Ken on the front row, the winner of the Winter Cup, Maximus Meyer from Spain in kart number 919. On row number 2, Amaury Mertens from Belgium in kart 923, and the reigning Micromax Grand Finals champion from Phoenix, Arizona, Diego Larocque. On row number 3, Lucas Blomgrendal from Sweden and Sita van Miet from Belgium. On row 4, it's Bart Pluk from the Netherlands and Lawrence van Huppen, fellow Dutch driver. Kimi Abraham from Belgium starts on row number 5 alongside Swedish driver Theo Thorzelius, and rounding out the 12 driver grid, Kasper Janssen from Sweden and Louis Hofbeck from Denmark. As you can see, the drivers on their rolling lap coming through turn number 11, the last real corner. You've got turn 12 at the top of your screen there, onto the start finish line, and they'll do a second rolling lap. So we'll talk you round. We go from the start finish line into turn number 1. As you can see, a very sharp right-hander straight out of turn number 1 into the double apex left at turn 2, and now turn 3, which the karts are going through now, a very short straight up towards turn 4. Fast left-hander. As soon as you exit that left-hander, you're hard on the brakes into the 180-degree right-hander at turn 5, and now down the back straight, the fastest and longest part of the circuit, into the button complex. Perfect slipstreaming area for these X30 mini karts. Into the button complex we go, and then out around turn 7 through turn number 8. Now you can see the bright blue X Motorsport kart of Ken Algre slowing the field down. Now we're coming down the infield straight towards turn number 9, directly in front of the spectator tribunes. They flick right and then left into turn number 10, just below my commentary position. That camera position is effectively what I can see from the commentary box. And then into turn number 11 and turn 12 and on to the start line. Now, are we going to get a clean start for this 7-lap race? They're into the tram lines. Ken Oscar Algre brings them to the line, but we have not got a start. You can see the hands going up in the air. That is a sign that there's been a false start. The drivers signalling to each other, we're going to go around again. And the yellow flag's being displayed by the marshal, so it's that bright blue, it's a turquoisey blue number 924 of Ken Algre. It's an energy chassis. Alongside him is the Tony kart, well, it's of Maximus Meyer in kart number 919, and Maximus, the Alicante based driver who won the Winter Cup in Valencia just a short month or so ago. Maximus with that green and white race suit on, the Fusion Motorsport liveried kart. And on row number 2, Amaury Mertens in kart 923, the MGR racing driver on the Cosmic kart, and Diego Larocque in kart number 915, running this weekend with Peter De Bruyne's team. It's a Falcon chassis, the blue and white liveried machine, as they slow themselves down. Now the starter will want to keep them at the correct pace. Around turn number 11, they'll slowly bring up the speed through turn number 12 into the tram lines. Will we get a start this time by? And the answer is yes, we do. It's a good start from Ken Oscar Algre. Maximus Meyer left lagging a little bit, and into turn number 1 we go. All 12. Oh, a little bit of contact there between Amaury Mertens and Ken Oscar Algre as Mertens tried the cutback, and now Mertens gets spat wide coming through turn number 3, and the Belgian driver losing positions as Diego Larocque takes over P2 through turn number 5 on lap number 1. Now look at Larocque, he'll tuck into the slipstream of the race leader, dives to his inside, has the line, and Diego Larocque moves into P1. A good start from the outside of row number 2. Larocque passes Algre, but will he be able to get away? I don't think he will. These X30 minis have got a tremendous amount of drafting potential. Maximus Meyer there in 3rd position, I believe. And running wide at the back there looks like Theo Thorzelius on the Falcon Kart. We'll get a number check next time around. Into turn number 12, Oscar Algra loses second place. So it's Diego Larocque leading. And it looks like Maximus Meyer in second. Then the poleman, Algra. Good start from Lawrence van Hoppen in kart number 913. Up into fourth place. And down in Amaury Mertens has dropped back to seventh position. And the top four nose to tail. Into turn number 5 we go. Diego Larocque has been passed by Maximus Meyer. In fact, Diego has dropped down to fourth position, and of course that is the problem that you get. It's that on a track like this where the draft is all important, if you get shuffled wide, you don't just lose one place, you end up losing 2, 3, whereas Diego Larocque has now lost 4 places because he's side by side with, that's Bert Ploek in the number 917 kart, but Diego does manage to hold off Bert Ploek as they come through turn number 9. But of course, as Ploek and Larocque run side by side, that allows the top 3 to get a little bit of a breakaway on. How long that breakaway will last, we don't know. We come to complete lap number 2. Meyer just checking over his shoulder to see who he's got for company. Oscar Algra, the poleman, right behind him. Then it is Lawrence van Hoppen on the CRG kart in third. Through turn number 3 we go. Already seen a couple of drivers running wide out of turn number 3, and there's a bit of unstable ground off there which bounces the kart around and you can lose a lot of momentum. Larocque back to 5th now, so that very good start from Larocque. Well, he wasn't able to capitalise on that. Still side by side behind them in about 9th or 10th place. Kasper Jansson trying to move up from the back of the grid. A disappointing qualifying session yesterday for the Swedish driver from Uppsala, number 922. He was right on the pace in the Winter Cup, but qualified 11th fastest. And he's now trying to move forward. He's up into 8th place at the expense of Kimi Abrahams at the moment. But the top 3 with a group of 6 drivers following them. So the top 9 are clear, and it's Sita van Meert, Theo Thorzelius and Louis Hofbeck. We've got a little bit of work to do. There's Maximus Meyer going through turn number 2 now. We're on lap 4 out of 7. And these 3 are getting away. Lawrence van Hoppen in 3rd place sets the fastest lap. That is a time of 1 minute 2.187, and Van Hoppen now pushing Ken Oscar Algra along, and you'll see that a lot, especially if you're new to karting. Yes, these X30 Mini drivers are physically pushing each other down the straight, and they're travelling at, well, the average lap time in qualifying yesterday was nearly 80 kilometres an hour. So you go and drive down the motorway at 80 kilometres an hour and then just rest the front bumper of your car on the back bumper of the car in front and, well, see what colour your trousers turn. But these young Mini X30 drivers, it's like second nature to them, because 8 wheels working together travels faster than 4 wheels working on their own. But now Ken Oscar Algra looks to the inside of Maximus Meyer. Meyer cuts across to try and block, but then thinks better of it. Oscar Algra takes the lead as we begin lap number 5. And Meyer tucks into second place. He was careful not to lose P2 to Van Hoppen, who continues to run in third. The gap back to fourth is now nearly a second. But Meyer, going into turn number 5, returns the favour. Oscar Algra does the crossover move though, and this will allow Diego Larocque, Bart Ploek and Amaury Mertens to close in. Although Amaury Mertens there side by side going into the Button complex. The more that these 3 at the front battle side by side, the closer the chasing group, which at the moment comprises 6 drivers. It comprises Larocque, Ploek, Mertens, Blomgren, Dahl and Kasper Jansson. Oh, a little bit of contact there. Maximus Meyer just letting Ken Oscar Algra know that he's there as they come through turn number 11 to complete another lap. When will we see the defence starting? Meyer looks to the inside. Algra doesn't challenge him, lets him go. Van Hoppen tries to take up the inside but settles to stay in third. Larocque now trying to work his way past Bart Ploek. Bart Ploek, the Dutchman, in kart number 917, holding on to 4th place, and Larocque searching for a way around him. Now if these 6 drivers all get in a line, and we can now see Amaury Mertens getting side by side with Larocque, and Mertens takes over P5. That's not helping them. They need to get line astern and push each other up to the front, because Maximus Meyer, Ken Algre and Lawrence Van Hoppen, as you can see, aren't battling yet. Casper Janssen in that number 922 kart, you can see coming through the screen now, chasing Amaury Mertens. Janssen up to 7th place. They start another lap, and now Meyer begins to defend as we begin the final lap. Maximus Meyer dives to the inside. Ken Oscar Algre can't get to the inside going through turn number 1, and now Algre will try and tuck up the inside. There's a move as Janssen and I think that's Amaury Mertens or possibly even Kimi Abraham go side by side, but up at the front into turn number 5, Ken Oscar Algre still can't make the move. Now Meyer checks over his shoulder, he cuts to the inside down the back straight, so Oscar Algre will have to go high, wide and handsome into the button complex, but he can't. Through turn number 7 we go. Lawrence Van Hoppen keeping a watching brief in 3rd. Algre looks to the inside into turn number 8. Can he get there? Yes, he can. He runs a little bit wide. That opens the door for Lawrence Van Hoppen. But Algre has got the inside line into turn number 9. Van Hoppen has to concede. Meyer back to 2nd. Look at how close Bart Plugger's got. 2 corners to go. Can Oscar Algre hang on? He opens the door. Max Meyer looks to the inside, but that's going to cost Meyer a little bit of momentum. It's a drag race. It's 3 wide to the line. No, make that 4 wide as they cross the line, and Ken Oscar Algre gets it in a dead heat. He gets the win by 3 thousandths of a second. So whilst the timing screen on your screen says a dead heat, my timing screen says 0.031, 300ths of a second rather. Ken Oscar Algre hangs on to win the opening heat race here at the X30 Euro Series at Genk in Belgium, and he wins it by a gnat's whisker over Spain's Maximus Meyer. Lawrence Van Hoppen, the WGS racing driver from the Netherlands, had a glimpse at victory, and they were 3 wide as they crossed the line, with Bart Plug couldn't quite find a way through there at the end. He finishes in 4th place. Less than 0.2 of a second separate the top 4. Diego Larocque comes home in 5th position, and then the 2 Swedish drivers, Casper Janssen, a good drive from Casper, from 11th on the grid up into P6. Lucas Blomgren Dahl finishes 7th. Kimi Abraham, the leading Belgian driver, home in 8th ahead of